He went straight to hell. Song.
Hi, I'm X again. I'm gonna do an acoustic version of The Well, and I want you guys to. I put the words and the chorus so you guys can play along if you want. So here we go. I'm in a way, 'cause of you I fail. You push me down.
Right. 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 No. Really? Okay. I can do that. Huh. More time. My blood. Huh. Inside. Death to the living and flame has no living heart. In the order of life, they know you there. As you saw it all nice, a real shot in the dark, came a riddle, too late, it's all on. The children, exception, and silent, but screaming, and damage done to flesh. What they say when the name of a damage done to center of the end. Read my damage done to life, rest them out and All lost along the way, I still remember. And faces cold and abandoned. Carried over to haunt you. To the call, my formal song to the call. What makes them to flash what they say when the name of the damage them to of the NL damage them to I know damage them to myself to the core, threw myself to the core. To the core, not fall myself to the core. Aha.
Super Earth, our home. Prosperity. Liberty. Hi there. Democracy. Our way of life. Oh, hello. But freedom doesn't come free. No! Sweet liberty! No! Look familiar? Scenes like these are happening all over the galaxy right now. You could be next. That is, unless you make the most important decision of your life. Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free.
Join the Helldivers. Become part of an elite peacekeeping force. See exotic new life forms. And spread managed democracy throughout the galaxy.
Otkud vi ovako rano ujutro?
Pa na posao idem da...
A na posao, Pa to mi treba.
Nego hoću prvo bre da čujem tvoj glasić.
A.
Kaži mi ja se čujem jako sad ili kako
Ne,
se čujem?
dobro se čuješ, dobro se čuješ.
Pa to da ne bude da ono nisam doručkovao.
Ne, nisi doručko, ali se čuješ dobro.
Pa nisam doručkovao.
Znam da nisi. Čekaj.
Ne jedem ja rano, brate, ne mogu ja da...
Znam. Nisam doručkovao. Imam ga.
A, imaš ga. We got it, boys.
We got him. Zebam se. Vidio sam kako si prosao pivo. Ja sam tako prosao bio kafu.
No, da, i još ja kao nešto pijem i onda ne mogu da skočim. Igrao sam onaj kristal, ono bre, da...
Da.
Tepam, lomim i moram da okrenem kameru prema gore da bi uhvatio animaciju kad bi onako preskočio. Ja mišem udari u ono limenku, znate, u kašu to je znači. Znate, čitav sto, sve živo.
Dobro jutro.
Dobro jutro, dobre ljudi.
Palio deep rock malo.
Sad se okreni prema zidu.
Nema čovječe, se. Šta si ti to nešto, Peđe, slabo čuješ, brate?
Nemoj ga zebati.
Nisam doručkao.
Jel nisi, a?
Nije mikrofon definitivno.
Nije, ja sam...
Ne, samo je doručak.
Idete u pičku mater.
Slavko je kriv. On me ubedio. Palio sam deep rock, nisam ni znao da su ubačeni neki kerovi i onaj kopanje kristala, ono kako ideš kroz dole, kroz onu ruku, evo te drilluješ. To je novo nešto.
Da, jesi igrao to?
A probat ću. Kad Slavka otkačim sa ovoga...
Nemoj ti Slavko da otkačiš. Ne. Slavko igra to, brale, ne iz obaveze, nego što voli Helldivers. A vi samo izvolite.
Tako je, čilo je.
Pa tako, Peđa.
Znaš šta je poenta? Ne bi ni ja palio deep rock, nego baš vidim neki novi enemy kao Hellbound iz Hanta, kerovi neki ludački. I ta ima kao drilling, kopaš te kristale.
Evo Ilija, za 5 minuta sam tu samo kljugicu da napravim. Dobro, izvinite Kiki.
Kopaš kristale i imaš mašinu koju dobiješ drilling ogromnu i vrate sa njom pušiš tlo jedno, pa ne znam, da li je 10 km dole. Da, dole skroz. I da se vratiš gore, ne možeš nikako sem da pokupiš iz tog drillinga onaj jump pack, kao što imamo u ovoj Helldiverima.
Da poletiš gore.
I s tim ideš gore, znaš kako da je, mislim, ono, gotivna stvar. Zanimljivo je.
Znači to je neki novi kao...
Pa da, ovdje...
Nova misija, tako ispada.
Nova misija, taj po misiji, da. Ja to nisam ni ono znao, vrati, ja pitao Darka onog da on to igra i vrati, komadant igra. Rekao, nisam ni znao kad su to ono ubacili.
Ja.
A Makić je to znao, Makić igra.
Ja, Makić je, nije nam rekao.
Ako vidiš kakav je... Kako bi ostao s vama da igram Helldivers-e? Ali nema!
Pa neko mora da zaradi za leba.
Čekaj, što Drakula ne možeš sad, ne razumijem.
A mogu da se ne ono najavim bre na posao. Sorry, imam 5 dana slobodnih jebate koji moram do 1. juna. Do 30. juna.
Već se javlja neki plan.
Eto ti.
Neću, čuvam te ono, dane za, ne daj Bože nešto. Nije mi hiće sad nešto da igraću sama poslije ili uveći.
Ne možeš, moraš kod Ilije da zakažeš kad ti se igraju Helldiversi.
Pa dobro, ako Ilija bude bio tu, znam da ne možemo da se uklopimo.
Jer kako ja da znam da je tu ako nije tu?
Jest.
Ne možemo i po smenama da se...
Brate, ja sam iz treći izašao, nemoj da plačeš, molim te.
Pa dobro, ali ja kada obično izađem iz treći, ja odem u 9 Slavko i probudim se u 11. Kao što svijeti
Hvala
sutra.
tebi.
Kao što svijeti sutra.
Neki ostaneš udan.
Pa do 11-12, brate, i onda legne malo od spam do 1-4-5.
Kod mene
I jebi ga, idem opet večeras, idem da radimo treći, šta da radim. Počeo mi ovaj event u Dead by Daylight, Resident Evil ovaj event.
Vidio sam onaj, kako se zove onaj sa onim naočarima negativnim?
Vesker. Albert Vesker. Dobro, brate, zajebanci ono, 2 protiv 8. Pa show.
Kurcom te našla.
Da.
Ja moram.
Ludilo, brate, ludilo.
Ja bi to igrao kad bi mogao da ga igram.
Pa znam, jeste specifično malo u pičku mati.
Ma ne to bre, nego ne može da mi brate trži tom.
Ozbiljno?
Ja bi prvi igrat, ja sam igrao to 50 sati. Pa s tvojim sinom sam igrao jebat.
A da.
A da.
Bilo je to baš davno, brate, ima jedno 4 godine, a?
Da, jesam.
A vidiš?
Ja sam igrao s tvojim sinom još kad sam s tobom igrao i sa Snakeom baš kad je hype bio Blood Harvest,
Blood Harvest smo igrali, jeste, čekaj, Garden, ajde, kako beš?
Garden of, ne mogu se...
Nije off, nije pička mu materina. Blood Hunt, Garden... Ajde Dracula iz Google jebot. Pa znao sam, znam, ne postoji, ali postoji na internetu.
Garden, ne,
tako nešto u pičku.
Ne, vrate, pored milion naslova, što smo igrali, vrate.
Ne, ali dobro je, pazi, pa da ti kažem, dobro je bilo dok je trajalo.
Kako nije, ono je, pa
jebi ga.
Snake se nije skizao s njega, ono je do jaja, vrate, uđeš u onaj guš, pa skupljaš krv iz letke, pa onaj...
Ma dinamična igra bre, super je. Super. Pa dan Dead by Daylightu samo mnogo dinamičnija, brža.
Onaj killer, ono je meni ono mnogo bolje, nekako me vuče na Terminator nego Dead by Daylight je isto dobar, ali mi je ovo nekako ozbiljnije više. To kao kad bi poredio sad Deep Rock, ono vrati, Galactic i Helldivers 2.
A slušaj, svaka igra ima Dracula svoj lore. Znaš, i ne možeš to baš i ni da porediš, ni to ne može da ti bude baš.
Malo za skidere. Tako isto Deep Rock za skidere više izgleda, a Helldivers 2 je za ozbiljno, baš ono, grafički je brutalna igra i ono, sata i sve.
Ma jeste, brate, ma i gameplay je brutalan, meni je do jaja, za co-op mi je ova igra vrh.
Ja bi vama časko rado, ali ja moram da palim jebati, reći malo.
Ja bi s vama časko rado, ništa ba te palim. Ajde, ćao si. Ark. Jebi. Markuj ga nekako, zapamti ga. U pašću sad uskoro. Mozg je to. Nemoj da uzimaš sample dole, ostaće ti dijamant na mapi, ako ima sample dole. Ja tako radim. Ej, jedi ga, pojačanje su zlovili. Igrao sam bre s nekim likom, jesu manje mape da ti kažem, trivial. Tip me pita, on je bio jedan level veći od mene, 92. I kao on mene pita kao, credit sample kao farming. Super sample, super credit, kao farming, rekao yes. I odvede me čovjek na keca. Jeste mala mapa, ali boga mi, brzo smo nakupili jedan. I ja mu kažem, ajmo bre brale neku veću mapu, ajmo rekao barem trojku da igramo. Upali smo. Da li ima kredita?
Radije ću da otvorim novčanik, ne znam za tebe, tu se već ne slažemo.
Jeste.
Tu se već ne slažemo.
Nikad ja ne igram, a on me tero, Ilija je. Ne igram ja keca da bi farmao ko kreten, nije mi ni to trip, razumiješ. Volim da mi stoji da napreduje, volio bi da Da još imamo medalje da trošimo, ja sam već tu, skoro da sam sve otvorio, da kažem. Jel imamo u nešto da ulažemo u ovu našu jebenu stanicu? Jel se otvorilo glasanje? Pa i ja sam sve dao. Pa i ja sam dao maks.
Zašto smo gurnuli, pomozi mi reći... Zato smo gurnuli taj Space Station na planetu robota, to meni jasno, da ljudi nema neki generalnog plana.
Ali dosta ljudi ili ni ne zna za sada šta i kako tu funkcioniše.
Šuviš. Jedan bunker. A nije, da. Imaš bunker ovdje i bunker tu.
Odlično. A evo sad ću da 5 minuta ne mogu...
Da ovo markujem dovoljno brzo.
Jel imaš sample, ne? Tu. Da ti otvori samo da, kao da ti pokaže dijamant.
Hoćeš to, a? Ajmo i ja sam pomoći.
Pa nešto da baciš da bi mogo da markuješ, da, znaš. Vozi Gilija, šta će to da bude, koristiš turete?
Zato što imam ovo kill 15 enemies using the spear. Sada se ja ne bi zamlačivo.
Pa morat ćeš da se zamoćiš i za mene, ja to nisam radio uopšte.
A kako ne, to ćeš sam sebi da radiš. Toliko volim to da radim da ćeš ga sam sebi raditi. Hvala.
Hvala.
Ne nosim...
Pritisni ili je T kao na tastaturi?
Ovo je samo za jedan tip neprijatelja, to su ti zone baš jače. A kad se otvori rupa, izađe ti obično, ne znam, 3-4 neprijatelja koji bi mogu da gađaš sa spirom. A ti nemaš toliko municije za spirom.
Dobro, poneću backpacka, možda tako.
Mogu ja ti nosim backpack, a ti kucane.
Eto vidiš. Nesrećnik, eto ti ga sad.
Eto ga ne, ja ću da nosim backpack, a ti kucane.
Ja ću da nosim backpack.
Ne, ja ću da nosim.
Ali ponavljam.
Evo, auto će dostaviti.
Ja moram da samo kad bi te spojio s ovim likom kako je smešan taj Amerikanac odakle je, ne znam koji naglasak tip ima. Emblem of freedom. Naravno da ću da ekipujem. Emblem slobode. Da li su nam palavi? Kad nam se refreshuje store? Opa, za 3 sata idemo.
Definitivno nisam uzao neke vjerne.
Nisam nije, ja sam samo palicu da tučem nesrećno. Pa dobro, ja ću da ga uzem eventualno, što da?
Mišljao sam da se obučem kao policajac, uzmem taj oklop, taj armor, da uzem neki šlem onako kao pandurski i uzmem onaj riot shield, znaš onaj kao kevlar i pederek. Da budem full RP.
Motherfucker. Danas je valjda zadnji dan. Ne, ili je juče bio. Za prijavu, za beta, za Killing Floor 3. Juče čitam. Nisam ni znao da ima kao neki deadline.
Ja se prijavim.
Znam.
Znači ja ću da kupim, ti si se namali da kupiš.
Znam sve, ali hvala što ćeš barem da probaš, naravno.
Probao sam i 5. Nažalost, to je bila greška s njih strane, nisu mi trebali jako probati. Možda bi se zero i kupio.
Ne, ovo je pošteno. Molim lepo. Meni je toliko ta igra bila zabavna da ću definitivno, zato sam i kupio da imam fizički. Ovu igru također, pored Steama ja se imam fizički, ali mi se mnogo sviđa, ja to ću imati.
Drago mi se ponovo ranac. Sadrži ovo i fuce zvuga.
We've got equipment.
Pa nisam ponoranac, pustimo
Evo
sljedeću
sad nosi
misiju.
to, ajde za mnom.
Requesting. Deploying equipment package. Requesting sentry. Tagging location, southeast. Requesting sentry. I'm on it. Yeah. Rare sample acquired. Calling down a sentry.
Na sekundu sam pomislio da dobili 100 ovih super pet. Ah,
Ja vidim da si poklefan ili ja.
nisu
Dobre.
pokupili. Rekao sam, razlog zašto sam opšte uzeo tu kozmetiku i šopa je zato da bi sam sebe naterao da pljunem jedno 5 evra, da uzmem sebi super kredit kako mi fali za nešto. A ako imam 1000 super kredita, neću sigurno uzeti Warbond za pravi pare. A ako mi fali, a mrzi me da čekam kao ti 3-4 dana, neću to da radim, radit ću da platim i kupim Warbond. Kako sam prošli put uradio, kupio sam armor i onda sam u kompenzaciji za što sam kupio armor uzeo, ne znam, koliko minimalno, 5 evra s tim kreditom, da bih mogao da doplatim i opet sam imao 1000.
Eno ti je radar stanice, brate, pa da otvorim.
Radar stanice je.
Obelezio si me na mapi.
To je radar stanica.
Tagging map, northeast, 300 meters.
To sam ti tegao tamo.
A.
Leader station.
A da uradimo glavni objektiv.
Brate, otvori ti pa ćemo odmah da uradimo glavni objektiv. Alo jebeno otvori. Ako sam pao. Ovdje taman imamo ove nesrećnike da se kecam s njim.
Ti znaš da je ovo beskorisno što radiš, zato što non stop dolazi mi prvi.
Mrz nesrećnicima.
Ne mogu ja da više da napravim 15 killova sa spear. Znaš kad ću napraviš 1 kill sa spear? Dole tamo. Možda ako ovoga ubije. Kad je bio sa volom.
Da, pokosio me turent.
Mogu da te zamolim da ne nosiš, samo da vidim. Minigun. Turret. Od Delta. Od Delta full reverse, naravno.
Što da ne nosim, ne razumijem.
Zato što previše brzo puca mogu da pobegneš iz linije palja. Ne zato što te ja limitiram, nego ti kažem, znači 1000 puta su me, nikome nije ubio sa MG-em, ubio sam sam sebe, nisam pazio. A sa minigunom 90% slučajno ubio drugi igrač. To što me mogu da pobegne. Jako brzo zarotira sebi i ne možeš pobeći. I ćao da. Zašto? Zato što sam ti objasnio. Mislim da minigun ima 400 metaka, taj turret. A machine gun ima 150 ili 170. Za istu količinu metaka machine gun više. Zato što je jako brzo izroka sve. Šta, fali još ti? Danger.
Znao sam da...
Ne pucaj uz debelu bubu. Ne izdelokuje. Ne izdelokuje. Ja izdelokuje. Dođi vam.
Pa neće da lokuje bubu.
Kako neće, hoće?
Neće, bre.
Ovu neće. Hoće recimo onoga Brute Commandera. Ovu neće, ne znam zašto
A
neće.
to ti priča, pa ne znam.
Calling down a sentry!
Slušaj, neću da se podmećem vrijeme taj minigun ima da ga zameniš za MG2.
Ti si gore, čoveče, upusti se.
Samo ti kažem.
Nisam ti bacio iza leđa, pored tebe.
Nisi meni sve u redu. To mu kažem da je jako me nervira taj njegov brzi rate of fire u sprezi sa brzinom rotacije. Samo mi reci na koliko sati.
Sa 180 stepeni.
Full, onda je sve jedno s koje strane.
Sve jedno.
Sve jedno. Znači to je na 6 sati.
Mission map updated. Objective complete.
Možemo da bijemo sat vremena bubu. Umru.
Dropping a pin, west, 300 meters.
Vozi sad.
Apsolutno neće skupljati sad dijamante. Skontao sam
Jebeš dijamante.
Pa mislim bunkere ovdje.
Calling in orbital strike.
Pazi gas.
Nema problema.
Calling down a sentry. Marking location. Last reload. Throwing supply beacon. Sample collected. Supplies.
Deploying sentry.
Tagging loop. Never mind.
Znači nije oružje, nije sam dobro. Kad bude 3 puta requisition umreći smet.
Neće. Nemoj da si negativ.
46.000 requisition. Jedan requisition, medalja i pak.
Pa dobro. Pošteno.
Opet pošteno.
Supplies.
Okay.
Kad mi nisu trebale medalje, nalazio sam redovno po 3 staka onih kutije za medalje. Kad mi nisu trebale. Tako da nemam 250 medalje, sad ne mogu.
Say hello to democracy! How'd you like the taste of freedom?
How would you like the taste of freedom?
Objective critical stratagem available.
Ovo sve turete okolo ove ruke.
Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
Calling down a support weapon! Calling down a vehicle. Requesting sentry. I'm on the turn. Calling in an orbital strike.
Gas strike incoming.
Calling down a sentry. For prosperity. Requesting sentry. Say hello to democracy! You will never destroy our way of life!
Bad guy, bad guy. Move your arse.
Roger. Znaš da mi nije falilo municije ovome da uzove machine gun turretu, samo je dignut
To ti kažem.
Tagging map. South. Far.
Bez vremena imamo vremena. Bez problema.
Bez brige imamo vremena, to ste da kažeš.
Bez vremena imamo brige.
Yes, tako je. Don't happy people, to treba pravno. Inače moram da igram automatone, sve mrka kako...
Može, nije problem.
Nego ne znam kako misliš da ubiješ 15, znači neće do lokuje ništa.
Nikako, ništa neće brati.
Loko je brud komandera, to ti je ona velika buba sa oklopom na glavi i ona mala jača. Nju loko. A koliko si ga vidio puta?
Ilija, slomio sam vrat, čoveče. Pukla mi kaciga, čoveče. Na pola. Sad ćeš ti da mi daš kacigu, briga me.
Nemoj se voziš gore na krovu, lepo sam ti rekao.
Pa volim, uzbuđenje je na nivou.
Nemoj se buniš kad padneš na glavu. Puci sad. Puci kroz godinu. Mrš! Htio bi da uzmeš to.
Šta misliš šta je?
Medalje. Nadao sam se. Dobro sam suda.
Nadaj se.
Smo uzeli ovo, ćeš da se vraćamo ovdje kao slepci.
Naravno.
Ne pada mi automat. Što ima da se lutuje još sampler.
Another sample collected for democracy.
Kupiš sample, stoji ti kao da nisi searchovao. I dalje stoji kao da nisi searchovao. Šta je sad? Koji kurac?
Čekaj da ti pomognem.
Pa ne znam šta je.
Ili ja imamo mali problem. Tehnički.
Calling down a sentry. Requesting sentry. Requesting orbital strike. Got a sample.
Evo rešenje.
Dobre, to. U koske.
O ne, poušten ću se bijem s njima, bacim.
A ja tako radim, bacim i teram. Normalno. Morat ćemo automatone, što kažeš. Ne vredi. Ili marinijat.
Ono sa zombijima, oni ga zovu dominatima. Tek nećeš. Na 90% vremena se biješ sa ovim zombijima.
Tagging map, northwest, 200 meters.
Što onda skontam da nam je taj objektiv.
Ja sam ovo markovo čisto u kom pravcu da begam. Kad se svede tamo. Čujem neko... Čuješ ako neko riči i grdi ka vepa.
Neko je uči.
Znači...
To nije to.
Pusti me.
A to nije to, pa nemoj...
Requesting sentry.
Smrtne srećnicima. Cepiše mi turenti, jebem im familiju. Get some, get some. Sad ćete to da platite krvlju. Bube jedno.
Heavy, on my position. Requesting sentry.
Oj, čika Slavko, ne mogu mu ništa. Zabije...
Ne možeš, a?
Ma zabije glavom u zemlju, ne mogu da ga lokujem.
Ma dobro, igrat ćemo sljedeću robota pa ga jede.
To je 101. Još samo 10 komada. Kod robota bar zgradu skinem pa mi je računam. A ne računati zabavna stvar. Taka i taka stvar, gazda. Ne računati kad rupu sjebe sa stirom, znaš?
Ozbiljno?
Da.
Sisice.
Posle ne računam.
Kretjeno do jaja. Na nivou.
Da, malo što sam pokuo rupu i pogodio mi se.
Objective critical stratagem available. Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
Get some, get some.
Requesting advanced weaponry! I got the terminal! Bug tunnel breach! Requesting orbital strike!
Bug outpost destroyed.
Jebote, 10 trupa čoveč. Samo vidim, tempovi stižemo odmah da tebi napreduje. 3 lide. Stižem.
Last reload! Engaging terminal! Calling down a sentry! Marking location. Requesting sentry! Thanks to you, you may proceed to extraction. Dropping a pin, northwest, 100 meters. Calling down!
Samo jedan objektiv imaš, u suštini puni samo jednom na armor bombu i kad je armuje, gume i to da traje duže, da ima više koraka, jer je dolazilo to više i više. Mislim da ne veći možda nešto duže traje.
Zato sam i otišao ovdje da ne gubimo vreme, znam da možeš sam, ja ovo radim sam koji šale i to na većim nivoima težine. 4, 5, ja mislim isto da sam uspio sam, bukvalno. Drive, bitch. Eno ga beacon tamo pravo.
Tagging location east.
Ili baci strategiju, može strategiju da baci.
A mogu,
Ma kucaj ga, pobacaj ih okolo, ajde s pola. Ajde, budi malo kreativ. A moraš da izađeš. A da su svi mrtvi. Oh my god.
Calling down a sentry!
High value item, ajde. Si ga čuo?
Je, medalje.
Medalje, ja rekao sad će da kaže.
Pa to jeste, kaže welcome dok ne kupiš ono, 250 komanda. Kada kupiš 250 komanda onda više nije high value, onda je medalje.
Tagging map, northeast, 100 meters.
Extraction is available.
Got a sample!
To je to.
Do you need help, Rogere?
Za normalne sample. Stiš tu bio s tim, s Firom?
Jesam bre, evo ispred mene vidiš valjda.
7 od 15.
Cepa. Brži ih opasno. A, sa Spirom? Ne, sa Spirom ništa, apsolutno nisam uradio. Ne, beži.
Loži se. Iza nas.
Reloading! Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
Mogu si da baci kurac pola, da.
Dropping a pin. East, 50 meters. Requesting sentry!
Ne moraš da izađi da bi to radio. Ja da ne moram da vozim, ja bi to sam.
Kad si na mitraljezu moraš. Ovako ne moraš.
Pa tako sedneš sa strane leda. Pobacaš okolo i prijatno džaci.
Calling down a sentry!
Ako imaš još, baci još pored.
Requesting sentry!
To.
Calling down a sentry!
Malo govno povraci.
How'd you like to chase all freedom?
Baš u pečku, materinu. Ovo nije kontejner, već su sample.
Get some!
Ako imaš.
Get some! Rare sample Calling! Deploying sentry.
Zašto?
Vidiš, odavde ne može da se koluje, to ti kažem, ne može odavde, ne može. Sa vozačevog mjesta može, odavde ne može.
Pa ne moraš ni da sediš gore, da mi te rezi.
A dobro, samo kažem ne može odavde. A ti probi pa me demantuj da li može.
Pa opet te pitam zašto sediš gore. To je ako imaš hordu neprijatelja koji treba pobiti, da, ali generalno pokret to je jako teško bilo što ubiti.
Volim pogled, ili ja?
Pogled mene ne. Ne znam kakav ti pogled kad si suvozač u sedištu.
Nikakav. Bikon iza nas. Tipa south.
Tagging map, south.
A imamo
300
leader
meters.
station, smo sve uzeli smo.
Vidim sve što je ti. Ajmo tako da kažem.
Evo, stavio si jednu.
Lepo rekao sedi, ovo je pored mene. Nisam
Evo,
planirao.
sad ne osjećam mnogo levu.
Ajde. Imaš tamo inekciju pored. Ne vidiš?
Uživaj.
Dobro, kako je.
Ja sam specijalac, čovječe.
Da sam ti rekao sedi pored mene, ne sediš iza mene. Nema potrebe da vozimo pop-up izvan nas. Možda malo brže.
Super. Zbiću se.
Calling in orbital
Beži on.
sentry. Requesting
Sad ću sam
sentry.
gas. Dok se trebali sad.
Pazi da te ne istuče ovo.
Pa sedim iza tebe.
Calling down a support
Nisi se
weapon.
još, evo ga možda na nišanci naši. I nije ga pogodio, zato što je krenuo napred glavom. Pogledaj šta je tu svega. To je to. Nemam nešto da ga zaključam, znaš. Ove male bube neće zaključam. Ne znam kolika je veličina neprijatelja ako može da nanišani.
Helldivers never die. Dropping a pin, north, far.
Evo, ono brzo dolazi.
For prosperity.
Smrt neprijatelj.
Smrt bude.
Čujem da neko riče. Da, vi. Beži, leži, otkud znam šta da ti kažem, beži. Kod mene vam.
Možda im ja ugasim.
Može i tako.
Ali znam da je minigun. Stvarno nije problematično.
Smrt ne, prijatelj. Odlično.
Nikad se ne zna.
Say hello to democracy. Vozi Miško.
Hvala li.
Tagging map,
Eno su lupe.
northwest, 100 meters. Marking location, northwest.
Uf. Brate.
Kako smrta, čeka.
Dobre. Klipuj ovo.
Čekaj, mi se sraćao protaknuo.
Democracy has landed.
Ovako još nešto nisam vidio.
Requesting
Ne znam za tebe, ali ja ovako još nisam se,
calling down supplies.
nisam u skorije vremena da to se mi suze noći idu.
Requesting vehicle.
Ne sreći se, o Bože.
Calling down a sentry.
Slušaj da hoćeš da ponovimo, imam još jedno.
Može.
Ne zovu me džabe Joe Danger. Gdje je drugi?
Vehicle, south. Affirmative. Have a taste of democracy.
Extraction is available.
Tu je kontejner inače. Znaš?
Vidim.
Promašaj. Pokloni.
Pare, hoću samo pare.
Vredelo me ga sam ubistva, mislim.
Svaku paru.
Očekivao sam. Moj glav je trebalo drugačije se završi. Znaš?
Pojačanje.
Nije čini. Ja sam očekivao da će da se desi nešto. Nije, vidiš da nije.
Dropping a pin, west, 300 meters.
Dali su nam cape, baš cool.
Ja sam pomislio sam Superman. Htio sam da držim nazad, ja mislim, da bih ispravio točkove, da sam se dočekao s točkovima napred, možda bi pretekao. Ček. Vidiš te ja vidim. Ajde, pali granatu tamo, u sred onoga, u sredone živce. Ej, kako si kreativ.
Gdje, brate?
Kako si kreativ, gledaj ovo. Sve. To sam tražio. Sam ja komplikovan čak.
Samo mi markuj, čovječe.
Pa si vidio tamo nuklear?
Lele, vozi Ilija.
Si vidio da je eksplodirao nuklear? Nisi.
Ne.
Brate, bila je zabijena bomba, hel bomba ne eksplodirana. Ja pukao se vratno pištoljem i radio sve to.
Evo je još jedna.
O, nemoj. Imaš
Ne smijemo
pištolj,
odavde.
Imaš gratni pištolj.
Imam.
Opali u tom pravcu.
Deploying replacement squad. 1 minute left. Destroyer preparing to leave.
Vama ne treba neprijatelj, deco moje.
Ja sam biraj, brate, šta da ti kažem. Granatni pištolj, može.
Može. Evo sad, se ga navukao na slovo. Dobro, šta je ovdje bilo? Bomba, samo bomba je bila. Bravo,
samo
ajmo
bomba.
sad. Na izglas bombačika slašao. Bomba.
Tagging map, southeast, 100 meters.
Vidiš šta ih je.
Requesting sentry. Calling in orbital strike.
Ješ dok mi Trezi nis počeo pucio.
Have a taste of democracy.
Ješ, follow me.
Follow me.
Okay.
Sad ćemo na konjicu. Mislim da tamo imamo da isprintamo ti koliko je to. Znaš kako ti
Ma
ide?
imamo opušteno.
Svaka kockica ti ja mislim 200 metara. Ne, 100 metara sa 100. Mislim da je tako nešto.
Gledali što stavlja tragići u pesku.
Bravo. Ovdje je Redgun. Ovdje su nam napisali da napravimo 50 kilo sa railgunom, to bi preuradio. Mislim, ne možeš da free aimuješ, ne možeš slobodan da ne šalješ s ovom raketom. Sama zaključava metu i ako neće da ga zaključava, možeš da se jebeš.
Slušaj ti Čiču.
Čiču.
Robot se cepa i četvorku minimum, ako ne i 5 staviti. I da im jebem u kevu. Da. Ću da ponesem normalnu opremu, hoće da ih sredimo. Neću da se zajebavam s onim. Možda jedan turn ponesem, ali ću da ponesem Spear, ću da ponesem.
Samo ne može da poneseš Gatling od svih poneseš. Ili ponesi, a ja ću nisko polje. Da ima ko će više kila da ima. Team kila.
Usrali smo ih ili ja. Pa provaljiš?
Ne diraj to.
Čovječe, ukenjali smo ih. Pazi kad nema nikoga na ekstrakciji. Pa da.
Dolazi. Za god rečeno.
Ma, sam kad dolazi za
Sad je kasno.
5 sekundi na kraj. Nesrećnici. Ma nema ništa.
Vidiš šta radi? Kad se raznese onaj.
Pomeri se, nemoj da ih triggeruješ. Kovi u poski ove panelu.
Gdje se slažu s pogunicima?
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Jesi ovog te!
Another victory for the right side of history.
Bacio sam termit, ona 3 buleta dole.
Otišlo sve u 3 pičke materine,
Pa
vjerovatno.
to! To je bio plan. Agenti uništenja. Ja nisam vidio onog gnezda tamo.
Malo si se zaneo.
Ne znam, piše, pogledao sam mapu baš, nemam pojma, možda fali neka rupa da se zatvori. A da, znaš zašto gubimo nekad sektor, iako ima 20.000 igrača sektor?
Ne?
Pa su ljudi ne završe misiju. Izađu. Recimo igraju taj farming run i umjesto da završe misiju izađu na pola misije. I to se računa kao fail. I automatski gubiš ono procente ti šipa sa sektora. Gledao sam neki objašnjavao kao kako ono sektor nije
We have
osnovan,
at
nema
last discovered the violent
mase
intentions
igrača.
of the Illuminate cult.
A vidim da mi skandiraš pored uveta. Ako. Nemo čuki. Pa gdje je Space Station u Manecama?
Čekaj samo da im dam nesrećnicima ako mogu.
Pomerili? Kudnuli su
Pa
dole.
trenutna je lokacija, brate, na Tauri sektor.
Ali ovo je glupost, stavili su je ovdje, a... Ovo baš
Hej, jebi ga.
Baš nema pojenta, evo glasao sam da ostane tamo.
Mrda se za 3 sata i 18 minuta. S te lokacije.
Odlično. Evo da im platim 50.000 za kredit.
Ček da im dam sada, evo. Da ubrzamo sve to. Evo,
A znaš kad
sample.
im dam rare samplove, kad nakupim 250, onda im dam.
Ma da. Requisition, sve ću da im dam.
Pa to ja, zato što ga nađemo. Ko hoćeš. Ao, čuki tuki.
Već sam im dao 30 ovih i sad ću 20 i marš kurac.
One last step.
Znači 50 sam dao naranđastih do sad.
Initiating FTL jump to the True Hack
Da,
system.
Nek se jebe.
Čuki tuki.
Sve sam im dao. Što sam imao sve.
FTL jump successful.
Lokacija.
Mission
Gdje si glas?
coordinates
Gdje su
locked.
svi, a?
Hellpods prime.
Ma da.
Gdje je svadečica?
Kretenski skroz.
A ne znam zašto to rade, znači oni stvarno se lože na to da će kao da urade nešto s tim iluminatima. Ja hoću da se napumpa ona skala i da bukvalno moramo da uradimo nešto onako konkretno, ovako se jebemo bez veze.
Jel on ima backpack ili kako? Nema. Spear, brate. Jel da uzem i supply ili ne?
Spear ima backpack, da. Nažalost ima backpack, da.
To te pitam.
Ali uzet ću ja backpack. Da ti dajem meci. Može tako?
Ma more.
Šta još? Kvarc. Kad to uradiš da ti dam pravo oružje, ne tu izmišljati.
Pa jebi ga personal, šta da radim.
Pa znam, buđev je. Kako god obrneš.
Buđev jeste.
Redko loš.
Ne, upravo si, to ću ja da uzem. Definitivno. MS, da.
A da ih zaleti.
Ma dobre. Pametno.
Zadamo kao Gestapo.
Launch initiated.
Sve više i više liči na vojnike fašizma. S ovim elementima lobanja i gledao sam baš detalje na odeći, imaš, ne znam, na pojasu imaš lobanju. Kaciga koju ja nosim je crna sa begnutima, lobanje na crtani. Ta ima žute markove na kao toj hokejaškoj maski. Ali igra je safira, nije ozbiljno, razumeš, pre nego što bilo ko počne da...
Today the light of liberty will grace the skies of this world once more.
Nesrećnik.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Sentry!
Requesting advanced weaponry! Jack pack inbound!
Weaponry!
Calling down supply.
Pazi sad, ovo će biti malo neotvorno.
Calling down a vehicle!
Plaći ovdje da ih imamo.
Dobro.
Trebalo, ali idemo pešno.
Brat moj.
Halo.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Si ga zalepio, si uspio.
Out of ammo!
Bro.
Prva je pala pod nožima.
Rare sample acquired!
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Ajde. Odakle mortar tuči, ne vidim. Evo, East.
East, Roger.
Što ga ne ubi spirom? Ništa. Izvini. Gledao si kako me juri dobrih 5 minuta, pa mogu si reći nišani ga spirom skače. Sad gađi, reloade taj spear i gađi avion.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Requesting air support.
Imaš na nišan.
Dropships, northwest.
Ovo najbolje ovako da se gruva.
Ali nije ti... Meni piše 7 kW 15. To je još to što znači nije teo računa.
Dobro jutro, šta
Dobro jutro. Ide pa stane. Pa ideš, šurimo ih.
Pozvaj me u pravcu da sam
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Request approved. Deploying reinforcements. South, close. Ready to liberate. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Možeš one hodače da zaključaš sa skjerom.
Gdje, Nena?
Northwest.
Iza tebe.
Calling down a sentry.
Nema znači.
Nisam ga vidio od jutros. Ja sam brate izašao iz trojke i nisam ga vidio.
Reloading.
Da spao.
Out of stings.
Vjerovatno.
Ništa to da znači.
Ništa.
Daj meni, drži.
Dropping
Drži
items.
za meni. Drži pazar. Brzo uđi pazar.
Čekaj.
Drop him.
Drži ga na postu.
Bleeding out! Liberty, save me!
Brate, uzeo sam probam ove prateće, kako su lude, čoveč.
To je prateće.
Ove nove. Siker ovaj, što traže. Metu. Bolest.
A, bombe si uzeli.
Bombe.
Dobro. Neša ti je u offside-u.
Tagging map, northeast, 300 meters.
Okej. Pa bio on jučer tu ujutru, bio je. Ali on, nema ga sad. Cijelo jutro ga nema.
North.
Nema ovo.
Pa ide ti skida kill, to kaže nisi dobro pogledao.
Super, sad, ko uz kurec ovo baš.
Ne vidim nijem ne. Ako ti šta znaš.
Calling down a sentry. Request. Sending down equipment package. Calling down.
7, 15. I varam da imaš jedan ili nijedan. Nešto ispred nas. Nilazi.
There's something here. Bots.
Ne, pusti ga, vidiš.
Ali, znaš da imaš armor koji ti daje više od dronova. Više bomba. To sam ja probio. Jučer.
Requesting tac pack. Calling down a vehicle. Found something.
Medalja, requisition'i.
Sample collected.
Ajde to, ajde, nek se raziđe da vidim nešto. Hvala.
Tagging location. North,
Hvala,
cancel that.
hvala.
Bukvalno je sve mračno, znaš.
Ma idi to.
Zaključao sam ovo.
Koji si ti car, brate moj?
Bar je dobilo to. Pazi lezi. Ovo dobro.
Lele, brat moj.
Što sam ti rekao iza leđa kordon?
Jesam. I opet se stvorio drugi kordon iza leđa. Krenuo sam si ove, šurim i samo vrp. Doviđenja, taj fazon. Ti. Meat soul, kako se već zove. Krv ti jebem. Lele, kako nas sačgali. Evo isto, apsolutno isto.
Da nisam rekao da te pozovem, možda ga dražim. Opet slabo.
Naravno.
Aj mi daj municiju da se sam sebi da dam dio. Umre ti, jebem ti, mat. Ček da reloadem jedno. Da ti još jedno. Daješ jedno.
This is for you.
No.
Thank you.
Thanks. Huh?
Dropping a pin. Northeast. 100 meters.
Odlično. Jao, sad će ovaj s raketama da nas prevrne.
Ma neće, vidim da ga dobre rep ponove na jene.
Calling down supplies.
Znači ovaj EMS mortar je stvorena stvar za ovo. Za robote, brate moj. I na buje.
Ma na sve radi. Boli tlačiće noći samo.
Jedimo, majke, gledaj sad ovo. Sad dolazi broj. A ja ispalio klaster. Ma i sad sam bunker sjevo. Da, dobro, tu su ovi. Nesrećni kučkini sinovi.
Reloading. Northwest.
Nesrećni.
Supplies.
Thanks.
Objective located. North.
Okay.
100 meters. Rare sample acquired. Must defend prosperity. Reloading. Marking location. Never mind.
Pusti mi toga kulka. To nije umro.
Nije. Šta se desilo?
Još jedan kill.
Vidim. Bravo.
Tako, ja sam uradio, koliko fali?
Bravo.
Daj manicu.
Okay.
Koliko piše kilova, da znate koliko da koristim može?
46%, 7 kilova mi piše. Dakle, ja dok gledam, oni će da mi izropaju. Jebem im krvi, jebem.
Te računa ovo kad ga skineš?
Ne?
To ste pitao se računa.
Ima veze, ti njih skidi pa nek si računa kako hoće.
Pederko, dođi.
Objective located.
Ne, stani, da probamo ovo. Imamo onaj ručni katapult.
Calling in a hell bomb. Calling down a sentry.
Sending down sentry.
Requesting sentry. I got the terminal. Hell bomb armed. Clear the area. Found something.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling in a hell bomb. Throwing supply beacon. Calling down a support weapon. Found something. Engaging terminal. Hell bomb armed. Clear the...
Making progress.
Tagging map. West. Far. Request.
Ti je ranac, ne znam kako ti je blizu.
There's something here.
Lako, znaš da još nismo radili glavni tekst.
Ajde.
A mislim, sad bi se ja šetao kao ti okolo. Bukvalno nešto ne znam.
Reloading! Calling down a vehicle.
Imaš tu ranac pred sebi, pa će se.
Vehicle.
Pomoć.
Idem.
Calling down a sentry.
Pomerio ja s mene. Znači, pošto sam bio daleko od njega, zato.
Requesting sentry.
Može još.
Sending down sentry.
Follow me.
Trčkam.
Thank you.
Ako pitaš šta radim, onda gdje. Ne, pomeri auto. Znači, što si tako težak? Zora si me dublje. Znači, traži se samo auto da pomeriš. Ne da ne šutiraš. Auto. Malo pederite sa štitom, jesi?
Nemaš točkovi ili jel? Šta te briga vozi?
Found something.
Misliš da ne pogledam svaki put točka koja nešto vozimo?
Ha, Mark, aha.
Tracking location. Northeast.
Beži.
Calling down support. Reloading. Orbital inbound. Requesting sentry.
Muš, mamu vam jebe. Znaš, samo sam pao mrtav, a ubio sam kaže sam sebe. Kako? S čim? Ne znam.
Sam je tu bio ovaj gad sa mitraljezom.
Dropships! Reloading! Dropships, northwest.
Pali sam pre nego što je stao. I onda ga je jurio raketu. Da bi. A ovo treba da mi skecamo u bazu.
Main objective nearby.
Sample collected.
Sada nam pošalju onaj hard disk, znaš.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling down objective equipment. Package acquired. Dropping package. Requesting advanced weaponry.
Support weapon.
da gađaš pomoć. A, pomoć.
Reloading!
Op! Idi aktiviraj konzolu svega.
Ček gdje vidim gdje je, brate, u ovije house.
To je jedan full. Hero.
Calling down a sentry!
Sending down sentry.
Requesting tackle! Throwing!
Sending down equipment package.
Nisi našao konzolu.
Trčku sam vamo, nema je.
Vamo.
Objective located. Dropship! I got the terminal!
Male tostare, tamo tako da treba.
Pa da.
Male.
Engaging terminal!
To je to. Mission complete.
Got equipment. Dropping a pin, southwest, 200 meters.
You've done your duty. You may extract with honor.
Koliko ti piše?
7.
7.
Da.
This is for you. Requesting vehicle. Thank you.
Ajmo vamo u drugu basu. Nam teške da sam ne trebao. Idu pored nas roboti, ali ja ih ne vidim. Možda samo gas kroz omlad. Bravo. Čekaj. Da se ne šutne u drugom pravcu.
Requesting sentry. Found something.
Šta sam našao kad ništa živo ne vidim, brate mili.
Našla si nešto.
Nešto sam našao, šta sam našao, nemam pojma.
Bots.
Requesting sentry. Injury? What injury?
Dropships.
Calling down supplies.
Mali pederko. Znaš one stretnike što nosam tekstu. Oni imaju ono automatsko
Bravo, bravo.
Calling down a support weapon. Enemy patrol northeast. Bots north. Calling down a sentry.
Ma ne. Ovo je sad sići.
Throwing grenade. Throwing supply beacon. Calling down a sentry. Reloading.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
Pali municiju, ruksak.
Imam još dve ovdje. Nego ovdje je milion njih, pa ja sam Rambo.
Tagging map. South. 200 meters.
Tri, a?
Follow me.
A vidiš još malo tamo nazad.
Pa kako, vidiš. Kad priđu blizu dovoljno da vidim da li čovjek. To su bazi sam protočio. Pa strani da puštaš.
Imaš li streljivo?
O, imam. Uz.
Helldiver, you are moving outside the mission area.
They've been deemed traitors. They abandoned the cause.
Tac pack inbound.
Eto torba, drži. Uzmi ster što možeš uzmi nogu.
Extraction is available.
Znači sam dva automobila po mapi, ali nijedan nije blizu.
Ilija, dođi da vidiš ovaj sikir što je lud, gledaj.
Fire in the hole.
Ja nemaju ni baterije, druže, znaš. To znaš. Ili nisi znao. Posle nekog vremena padnu sami.
Danger.
Jedna je dovoljna da ubije običnu žicu.
Na meni je ludo što se vrte oko mene.
Calling down supplies.
Zvonu municiju.
Requesting sentry. Pulling down a vehicle. Tagging location. Vehicle.
još jedno mjesto koje zahtjeva čišćenje.
Extraction is available.
Dakle, još jedan ostavi ga, ide još jedan iza. Samo skini mi toga shreddera, molim. Koliko je to kilo?
Stavi čas na public.
Sada stavi na public.
Da, sad stavi na public. Samo da je jedan lik.
Koji jedan lik?
Taj Amerikanac, šta je već, smešan i u pičku materinu, dobro igra.
Ali ne treba ti public da ju pozna svog prijatelja.
Pa ti si napravio sesiju.
Ali ne treba ti public ako je tvoj prijatelj.
Dobro, on kaže čovjek da je set to private, neće da ne može da uđe.
To je onda greška u metu.
I dalje samo 7 sa tim spirom, ništa, nije se mrnulo ni jedan kill.
Bio sam 2 halka.
5 minutes remaining. I repeat, 5 minutes remaining.
Ma Čala rekao odvezao sam ga na aerodrom, ja kakav aerodrom, pa kao otišao je na Kipar, rekao super. Nisi bar dono bot sulj. Gledam s tobom ovo.
Ej, čekaj, moram da uključim ovo.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, man.
Hey, man.
How are you?
Pa imaš jedno...
Not bad. Just got out from work not too long ago. Yet in a couple of hours, I gotta go back out for overtime. What are we doing? I
Injury! What injury?
Steer missile launcher, ATST. Let's get some.
A njušta, naša mala dvojčica.
Yeah, because I tried to join you before XP, but thing was, you had to set to private. I couldn't do it.
No. My friend is set to private, you know, my friend Snake.
I didn't know who host was,
Yeah,
my bad.
Me and Snake play a lot until then.
Yeah, no, you're not a little man. Told him a walker in.
I can't see a shit.
Yeah, got a Pelican 2 doing on a walker.
Let's reload! Supplies.
You guys got a base over here.
300 meters.
I'm gonna go for it. Watch out, I'm gonna squash it. Whoa! Yeah, well, I can squash it like a bug with this thing. Bloody, I did all three run right in my path. I was gonna step on this man.
South. Far.
Oh, what a time to get half fucking pissed and baked the motherfucker. L4, W1, can you get E2, please?
Reinforcing!
Can someone, thank you for getting Echo 2.
We got one fire and a wish.
I got an unknown location. I got a patrol on me. I can't see shit.
Let's go.
I put a finger on where I'm at.
Idem. Dečko je moj. Idemo.
This is gonna be interesting.
I'm clearing the area now on my walker.
Thank you.
Roger that. XP will tell you. I try and do the best I can for my squad.
Yeah.
I've
Always.
destroyed most of the perimeter fencing near this area that's for samples from the position. Sandstorm's over. There'll be samples of my position I haven't got now. I've just cleared the area.
Last reload!
Oh man, if only you had this on extreme, bro. I just found a fucking uranium rock. Hey guys.
Oh bože. My god.
Calling in
kill me.
Ridley!
1 minute left. Destroyer preparing to leave.
Calling in reinforcements!
A jebi ga, nisam vidio, brate. Sorry. Usio sam ti spjer.
I'm trying really hard to make this daily get 15 kills with spear work.
Joining the fray!
It's not
I just got over 30 kills with this walker.
Evo ti.
nice.
Raiding a supply cache. Please have war bonds. No.
Dropping a pin.
Let's go to
South,
rest house.
200 meters.
Ovako da donesi, stavi si.
Zašto
Nemamo walker run.
stiže u tačno određeno vreme kad ti
Not
još?
much.
Ja sam ga jednom dežurao do 10 godina.
Doneš no deljačivanje deljaka.
Djetarem.
Calling down a sentry!
Destroyer leaving low orbit. Emergency extraction shuttle deployed.
Ozbiljno. Vrlo interesantno.
Fire in the hole! Drop ships!
Znači čovjek koji uvozi drva da bi ih se otarasio. Znači čitave godine kuka kako ono trebaju se kupi drva ovo ono i kad dođe zima znači
Oh shit!
uloži normalno, znaš, jesi ti primetio? On uloži da potroši drva, bukvalno.
Yeah, I have bigger problems than that at the moment.
Uloži peć. A on je na tutnja peć kao da je ne znam napolju pečava. On došao od peka unutra stoji.
Mini nuke outbound, watch out! Boom, motherfucker! I love this new pistol. Fire in the hole! Look, I got one mini nuke pistol in there. L4, run!
ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Bullseye! Yeah, that's some gas grenades. Oh no, that fire one's even better.
Hey, you're a bit spread, you know.
Rare sample acquired!
Yeah, we're trying to get to you. I gotta look a hook up my ass.
You got 40 seconds to call your ass.
Tracking location.
Take your L4.
30 seconds.
As long as you don't board, we should be good. Should be, in theory.
No, not really. We run out of time of mission. Mission time is 0.
Missile off the rack.
So it's gonna lift off.
I'm using his.
T-minus 10
I'm
seconds.
using his stem to speed up. L4, use your stems, mate. Someone's gonna stem booster. I've got 2 left.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone.
Yeah, it's gonna lift off without you.
Pelican 1,
Run away.
We don't even have to enter it. It's just gonna
Objective
lift.
located. South.
I've just hit my last thing.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart.
Love to stand on the door. Stand on the door.
Okay.
We're not gonna make it, no!
They're holding the door. Come in.
7 seconds.
My leg! Outbound mark! Clear the area!
Go!
Launch countdown complete. We have to leave
Yeah, boy!
Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Don't come back, take that as commander out, boys!
I think you forgot
Fuck
to
yeah,
turn
well
off
done.
your back.
I am smoking a motherfucking bong for you boys, but I'm gonna fucking stomp the car. I'm gonna pack it hard. I'm gonna cough a lung up, boys. That fucking dead set. That was fucking, that's the most killer, most climactic extra I've had in ages. You got a smile on my face here, boys. Just when,
Not bad.
Just when I was in a bad mood about overtime, man, you guys put a smile on this guy's face.
It was just Tuesday.
I don't give a fuck. We all made it. By the skin of our buttocks. Like, dead set, mate. Dead fucking set. There's Aussies over the moon.
Priority alert. The Hero system.
Yo guys, I'm gonna play one more game and I'm gonna go to sleep because I'm tired.
No worries.
He just finished the graveyard shift.
Nah, all good, all good. Yo, Snag, if you want, you're more than welcome to send me a friend request as well. You don't have to, but the offer's there.
With every wasted
Yeah.
second, we must act.
What up?
I'm Stone Trooper, mate.
Yeah, I know. There we go.
You ain't bailing on me just yet, are you, XP?
Yep.
You're gonna stay just one more batch, right?
Right.
Alright.
Do you want Blitz?
You guys like brothers or something, bro?
He's my countryman.
Alright. Nah, because you guys sound very similar, like, fucking accent-wise.
Yeah, it's a Slavic accent.
I was just thinking...
Engaging or
yeah, but what I'm just saying is, right, I thought you guys might have been, like, biologically related, like brothers or like cousins or something, you know?
Orbit
It's like two guys from Kentucky. We are two guys from Serbia.
Oh, good, bro. Oh, good. My missus is from Oregon. She's a good old-fashioned redneck, and she don't let me forget it.
Oh.
And I'm a typical South Australian bogan, mate. Country boy.
Is that how the Australians sound like?
Most of us, yeah, mate. You know what? I feel like bringing an LMG. Let's go the MG43 and an ammo supply pack.
A respectable choice.
Launch initiated.
I'll put it to you this way, boys. You are the XP collector. We were doing you joined me on a mission on fucking Extreme. I had a shit ton of automatons up my ass. Remember XP? I dropped the Eagle 1 airstrike right at my feet, wiped them out.
Yeah.
It took a lot of practice. You'd be surprised how many times I killed myself doing that maneuver. Oh, hey, fellas.
Take back our
Hello.
Dismantle its occupiers.
I see this one. Snake, just mark the main.
Calling down supplies.
What do you want to do first?
I want to kill this drop.
Dropships, north.
Alright. So, you guys want me to go on a sample run then? Find what I can?
I got maxed out samples, so you can do that.
I'm actually trying to get samples, but I still need to finish upgrading my Super Destroyer. That's why I've been doing Extreme for the further samples as well.
Requesting sentry. Requesting vehicle.
Requisition.
Oh great, everybody loves me. No.
Last reload. Sample collected. Calling down a sentry.
Gotcha.
I mean, we can go on foot, but I think it could be faster like this.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Yeah, fuck these mini nukes. Oh, that was dodgy. That didn't even go off. I had him done. Thank you. Woo.
Hulk destroyed my turret.
Hang on, man, hang on.
No problem.
Say hello to my little friend.
Found something. Thank you.
Oh, here is money.
Outpost destroyed.
Woo.
Money.
Remember that?
Money.
Napalm. Wow, never seen that.
Never leave home without it, brother. He's just gonna know how to handle it.
I just use termites. Easy.
Alright, grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that.
Yeah, you gotta.
Affirmative. Calling down a sentry.
I'm in.
Calling down a support. Affirmative.
Hey, boys! We're reloading.
Pull the bolt.
Oh, thank you.
I think every time you reload, you need to wait for it to wreck if it doesn't wreck.
Fuck this, I'm going in. Commando style.
Dropships! Reinforcing! Main objective nearby. Dropships west.
Calling in orbital laser.
Requesting orbital.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Calling down a sentry. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. West.
Wow.
Objective located. Cancel that. West.
Oh yeah, I come back.
Searching fortification.
It's a SMG-43 into 900 rounds per minute.
Bazilija, čovječ. Koliko?
You are in range of enemy artillery.
Godiš čovječe na...
Somehow I jump on the mine.
Yeah, watch out for those contact mines, man. They get me every fucking time.
I was actually focusing on enemies and I just died on a grenade.
Hey, these guys system shutdown on these fuckers. I didn't know this guy still did that. It's fucking basically shutting down.
Hellbound, armed. Clear the area.
Oh, fuck. I got a whiskey one.
Supply beacon.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sending down equipment package. Bomb fabricator. North. Close. Dropping a pin. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
What is the goddamn artillery?
Lazarus 4, pull back before you get blown up.
I see. 30 degrees.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery. Heavy, on my position. For prosperity.
Green bay ringing
Thank
it
you,
out.
thank you.
Oh, fuck. Alright.
Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Let's go!
Oh,
on.
shit, behind me.
Support weapon.
Take this one.
Thanks.
Grenade. Oh, fuck. I'm dead. Yep. I should have hit him. I had a fucking series grenade in my hand. Dirty fucking dog.
Calling in reinforcements. Floodlight for
Thank you.
Super Earth. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Do I gotta get a fuck right now? Put in the gear. Back this way.
Tagging map. North, 200 meters.
Right, back. Where's my gun? Where's my gun? Thank you. Thank you.
Requesting sentry. Here.
Alright. I'm going in, guys.
Requesting sentry.
Where is it? Where is it?
In range of enemy artillery.
This way. I need at least minimum one person on me. I'm calling it Eagle 1 S-Strike. Just stopping them up.
Feels good.
That was a good Eagle 1.
Marking location. Northeast. Warning, you are in range of enemy artillery.
Getting another Eagle One, he's making close to the target.
Requesting sentry.
Mini nuke going out. Another one going out.
Calling down a sentry.
Hang on, go reload. Going along, mini nuke, sidearm. Fire it.
Affirmative. Sample collect.
Very nice, mate.
Going a supply drop.
Last
I need to
reload.
resupply my ammo backpack.
Requesting tac pack.
Alright, whoever needs ammo,
Going down
come
a
up to me
support
one at a
weapon.
time.
Affirmative.
I got all 4 packs in the drop.
300 meters. Rare sample acquired.
Shadow 1. Shadow 3, sorry. Wesker 1, on me. You take the cannon up ahead.
Northeast.
Whiskey.
Enemy patrol. Northeast.
Roger that.
Marking location.
Bunker.
Cancel that.
Sending my last Eagle 1 out, last Eagle 1. Before rearm.
Yes, yes,
Bro,
yes. Hell yeah, the hell.
Wesker 1, on me. Sending in orbital laser.
Orbital inbound. Requesting
So
sentry.
me and Wesker 1 got a lot of tangos on it. Mini nuke going out.
Last reload.
I love this new pistol, man. I love this new mini nuke pistol. Fucking OP.
Follow me. Danger. Northwest.
Wesker 1, we got a car.
Tagging location. North. Cancel that.
Roger that.
Automaton outpost destroyed.
Necromaniac, you just passed by me. Spawn spirit here.
Oh yeah, I know you drive. I'm getting the hang of this shit. Just shoot myself a bit.
Affirmative.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Hang on, we're going over.
Okay, guys, just come. Okay.
Dropping down the first gear. Going in reverse.
Thanks, man.
Support weapon.
Heavy. We're gonna load the whole.
Position.
Getting in the gun. Oh, hey guys.
Sample collected. Tagging map. East. Far.
Reloading. I got a lot of company in my ass.
Box. Southeast. Calling down a sentry. Requesting fortification.
Reloading.
Follow me.
Loading him up.
Southeast.
Getting out of the car, I'm bringing the car over. Wesker 1, I'm on you.
Calling down a sentry. Marking
There's
location.
still a decent amount of ammo in the turret.
No, just...
Whiskey 1.
No need. Just drive me up.
Alright.
Drive me straight into their base. Near the cannon. It's right there.
Oh yeah, I see it. Give me a sec. Hold it, no! Hey, no! Oh, come on! Yes, he's on his wheels!
Yes.
Fuck yeah!
Oh my
I
god.
got the brakes on. They really need to install seatbelts in this fucking thing.
Main objective nearby.
Now it's...
There's a plasma gun up ahead.
Requesting sentry.
Reloading the gun. Alright, I got 15 seconds left for the laser. I'm gonna grab the car. I'm gonna grab the car and I'm gonna go to the base with that cannon up there.
Dropships, north. Freedom marches onward, thanks to you. You may proceed. Reinforcing! Calling down a sentry! Requesting tac pack! Calling down a support
Oh, alright. Sending an orbital laser in this space. Grabbing the car. What's left of it?
Rare sample acquired.
Say hello to my little friend. Yeah, catch, motherfucker. Did I mention my... Thank you, SES Profitable War. Oh, but no thank you, contact mine. How? They are the bane of every hell driver, especially me. I don't know why. Like, I couldn't even see that contact mine in the picture.
Yeah, I can.
Thank you.
Point me to the enemy. Calling down fortifications. Requesting advanced weaponry.
In case you're wondering, I'm sitting on my ass for the last like 5 minutes.
Requesting sentry.
Okay, cool. Well, where am I?
Requesting sentry.
Slow.
Tech pack inbound.
Alright, let's rock and roll.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Bots, southeast. Sending in an eagle.
Oh.
Got equipment.
Thanks.
Tagging location.
Sending out Eagle 1
Engaging. I'll take
towards that.
We got 24 more minutes. You can go assemble something.
Alright, roger that. Trying to do what I do best for home. I've got plenty of gear on me. I've got 4 supply packs in my hand of backpack. There's a supply drop available in 1 minute and 10 seconds because someone's apparently recording not too long ago. I'm good. I've got the MG42 at the moment. We've got a flare ringing out. We've got a flare ringing out. Got him. Not soon enough, unfortunately.
I'll take it. Affirmative. Requesting vehicle.
Reloading. God, the MG42 is nasty. Ooh, sample.
You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Oh, that's the thing, Hancourt. We're not ready. Oh, another legendary. Thank you. I believe you know. I I need the gold ones most. I just need the gold ones. We have 10 out of 18 gold. There's like 8 left. Gold. On the map.
Calling down a sentry. Heavy, east, close. Bots, east. Requesting sentry. Requesting air support.
You good?
Found something.
Thank you. Reloading.
You wanna young the samples?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Found something.
Okay, you can slowly jog through the sandstorm.
Tagging location.
I'm on the gun. Oh, don't crush me, don't crush me, don't crush me. I'm on.
Requesting fortifications.
Say hello to the
Reloading.
South, 300 meters.
I'm just blindsided right now. That makes a hidden shit. I can't see shit.
Luckily they can see us.
Southwest, 200 meters.
Down to 2 mags. We've got that 4 behind.
Yeah, I can hear shit.
If only we
Mission
can
at
see
20 minutes remaining.
I'm gonna head to evac.
Tagging
Secure the area.
map, south, 300 meters.
Well, I've got an MG42. I can get a good prone position and just lay down heavy cover fire. This sandstorm is the first thing you guys do with that.
Calling down fortifications. Calling down a sentry.
I'll wait for as long as possible. As long as you're
Objective
on.
critical stratagem available.
guys.
Bots, southwest. Sending in an eagle.
Hang on. Hello, Mr. Hello.
Calling in a hell bomb.
Bots, south. Cancel that. Bots, south.
Objective
Hellbomb
located,
requesting
south.
location.
On my position.
Now.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Sending Eagle 1 airstrike. 137 degrees
Sending in an
southeast.
eagle. Affirmative. Requesting air support.
Down a sentry.
Got a supply drop at evac.
Drop ships.
Preparing my final at Eagle 1.
Requesting air support.
Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling in a hell bomb.
No, you don't.
I got the terminal.
Requesting
Calling in a
jetpack.
supply backpack.
Hell bomb
Calling in
marked.
an
Clear the area.
MG42.
Marking location. South.
Northeast. Dropping a pin. West. Far. Calling.
Bots. South. Requesting sentry.
Requesting tac pack. Engaging terminal. Hellbound! Clear the area!
Oh yeah.
Location.
Daj, ciao.
Northwest. Bots. Northwest.
Ne, pošto ti si imaš šetke. Šta je sad? Treba li stražar tu da bude?
Ilija, mi smo sve očistili, brate.
Calling down a support weapon.
Ja što ti kažem, evo baš vidi da idem, gledam. I looking on the edges of map. I see big.
Found something. Drop. Calling down a sentry.
We're holding evac, but we got a lot of unwanted guests that we're evicting.
Sending in an eagle. Bots. Southeast. Hellbomb armed. Clear the area.
Got a sample! Supplies!
That's it.
Mm-hmm. I think we are clear. So lift off.
Roger that. Well, we're at evac to
Tagging map.
secure the area
Northeast.
for now.
Far.
I repeat for now. So we got company inbound.
Enemy patrol.
I'm getting in
Southeast.
prime position, ready to engage. Lining them up. This energy footage is insane on them.
Vehicle.
Bots. Southwest.
Roger, I see him. Got him.
Tagging location.
Reloading.
Requesting fortifications.
There's a rocket RPG bot in that direction. RPG just missed me. I don't have a visual.
Bots. East. Requesting air support.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. I got ragdoll.
Hellbomb armed. Clear the area!
Oh, fuck.
Bots. East.
Reloading.
Dropships. Southeast.
Reinforcing.
Mini nuke going out.
Out of ammo!
Fuck yeah.
Last reload! Last reload!
Fuck off.
Reloading!
Oh, the fine with that one.
Calling down a sentry! Calling down supplies!
I love this pistol. It packs a punch.
Yeah, the pistol is great.
Only you can shoot twice.
Calling down fortifications. Requesting advanced weaponry.
Gdje si imamo, šta radi?
Došao je s Kipra.
Na Kipar je bio.
Goodbye, bitch.
Calling
The
down a
energy
sentry!
footage is released. Especially when you put it to 900 grams per minute.
Kad je bio?
600. Bio je pre 3-4 dana.
Reloading.
Turistički ili šta?
There you go. I have a boat that each other ammo. That's funny as fuck.
Requesting air support.
Reloading.
Affirmative. Requesting tac.
Roger that, sending out Eagle 1. 170, southeast.
Never mind. Bots. Northwest. ETA, T-minus 30 seconds.
Ja došao s posla ujutro.
Mini nuke out, reloading.
Oh!
Another one ringing out.
Clear the area. ETA, T-minus 10 seconds. Affirmative. Pelican 1 approaching pickup. Affirmative. Affirmative. Pelican 1 landing in progress.
Čekaj, na Kipru nema zime, tako tamo je.
Boom.
Have a taste of democracy. Objective located. What's the next prosperity?
Standard east.
Here. Objective located.
Fuck that! Come on, whiskey one.
Nice, nice.
Oh, now that was fun.
Snake killed the Hulk with Quasar.
Yeah, XP. If I ever see you invite and you got your mate playing, man, don't be afraid to fucking send me one back so I can join you if you go to sit private, man. That was fun as fuck.
Yeah, sure. I'll be here all day, probably. When I woke up, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's only 18+7 at night. I'll be home around. I've got that, but not installed.
Send me message or when you see me that I'm playing, try to join me. You know, no problem.
I've added
Always
you
pleasure
to,
to play with you, man.
Yeah, well, likewise. But I've added you to a group with just a close, small, close group of friends, including my girl.
Yep.
Including my girlfriend. So, if you ever get a group invite with a username and whatnot, saying Stones, whatever. That'd be me inviting you to a party chat, bro.
Sure.
Alright, fellas.
Guys, thank you.
Yeah. Then next, if you want to send me a friend request, you're more than welcome. And you're more welcome to join me because I'm not getting off anytime soon.
See ya, boys.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
Kakav jebeni lik, a?
Thank you and see you later. Peace.
Let me leave traditionally. Don't just leave yet. Hang on. Here we go.
Destroyer has left squadron.
He wants to know. Thank you. Take care. Šta se radi?
Kakav lik, brat.
Zvuči stvarno kao da je stoned. Možda greš.
Brate, mili, znači, lik je...
Navaran.
Vidio jedan meč kad smo igrali veće težine. Brate, to je kao narator, kao, kako bih ti rekao, komentator fudbalske utakmice, sine.
Pa dobro.
Sada zovem to i to. toliko na toliko stepeni su neprijatelji taj i taj.
Znam. On mene zove Whisky Vano. Sad će pa ja znam engleski.
Dobre.
Malo bolje.
Ej, do jaja. Dobar je lik, je okej.
Da, davno nisam niko čuo da me neko tako, kao podsjeća me na onoga lika iz Battlefielda, ne znam da li znaš, Stone Mountain 64.
Aha.
Dobro, on je bio klinjak kad je igrao Battlefield, sad je već on malo stariji lik, ali kad je igrao pre Battlefield, ono, bukvalno kao da je, kažeš ti, kod da ne ratiš.
No dobar je ovaj lik, pozitivac, nije neki, razumeš, uvek je, možda je malo i više krene, ali, da, ali je okej, mislim, okej.
Dobro, nema
veze. Bitno da nije negativna budaletina neka, razumeš.
Volim ljude s entuzijazmom. Ne družimo se s mračnjaci.
Tako je. Evo čovjek otvorio, odmah možeš odavde join, kako je do jaja urađeno? Iz menija, ovdje iz ovog PlayStation huba dođeš na igru i samo vidiš koji su ti prijatelji i ono...
Ko ti je neprijatelj?
Da, i možeš odmah kao join, ne moraš start game nego kao join. Dobra fora. Sviđa mi se. Ispušim pljugicu jednu da se čekam dušku i da legnem batice da odmorim i tu sam poslao, ti verovatno radiš nešto.
Ja radim u određene sate, da kažemo. Pošto imam neke špijune koji me prate.
Pa dobro. Znači nisu pametni. Day one, brate, koliko je izašao God of War Ragnarok, Day one i dalje je tolika ovdje cena. U full price-u 69,99, majke jebe.
Ma to će kupit niko.
Neće, pa evo već ja mogu da nađem nov disk u disk stanju, 4 soma. Mislim, ali pazi, vrate, 69,99, a idite, vre, ljudi, u kurac. Mislim, stvarno bolesno. Jeste ekskluziva, jeste sve to lepo. Te bra, stare je to igra već. Da je toliko cene, pa mislim. Kakav je ovaj Shadow Assassin, si probao nešto? Mislim, vidim da je za pre-order, naravno.
Assassin's Creed Shadows?
Jeste.
Hoćeš baš da ti kažem iskreno šta mislim?
Iskreno šta misliš?
Imaš crnca u Japanu, koja je to je to 14. ili 18. vek, koji je stealth assassin. Njegova borba i način obračuna s protivnika je sve samo ne stealth. Znaš ono šunjanje, skakanje i trčanje po krovima, on to ne može, znaš? Ne može, zato što nije konstitucija telesna takva.
Jasno.
Mislim, nema logike. A imaš drugog karaktera ženskog s kojim možda igraš koja je baš upravo to stealth assassin. On nije to.
Evo je neko stigao.
Aha.
Neko jest.
Gdje si? Šta se radi? Brije vetar je bio palada.
Vetar duva lomi grane.
Ne.
To ima kroz urbas, ni nema mase kako ladno ovako.
Da. Znaš šta sam teo sam da otvorim pretraživač i da odem na Twitter.
Na Twitter? Na Twitter?
Je, na Tvrker. I da vidim šta tu masno ima. Oh my lord.
Ne mogu da verujem da su ljudi toliko dobro igru kenjali. Mislim, barem po reakcijama igrača koji su old school. Šta sam ja nisam kompetentan o tome da pričam.
Uš.
Doručkujem sad još malo da se čekam dušicu i kad se zakucam, brate.
Jesi gledao za mačku? Aslavko.
Koja je za mačku?
Da gledam.
Čekaj, nisam na...
Ček, stay here.
Uđi na Netflix za trenutak, samo.
S Twittera.
A, misliš na Discord da vidim, šta?
Da. Mačka Helldiver. Kao je to palo na pamet.
Do jaja.
A ima to luđe stvari. Imaš i onaj gif, animaciju za... Čekaj da vidim opet onaj klip. Da smo se izobrćali sa autom. To ovaj. Da, evo. Mene je zabolelo. Čekaj, imaš i ovo, jesi gledao onaj kao meme, onu sliku kao Absolute Cinema?
Možda jesam, možda
i nisam. Ajde ti poznato ovo.
Čekaj, idem.
Može slobodno da sačuvaš.
Apsolutno.
Demokrasi. To.
Dobre, brate, igra, sviđa mi se u pičku mater. Ilija, isključujem se do daljnjeg.
Izvolite.
Ajde, pozdrav.
Zdravlje.
Access nearly 2 weeks ago now on December the 6th, and already it's off to a roaring start. Currently, we can play as one of 6 classes, each with a primary attribute focus and a skill tree, and most of which those also come with an associated weapon type as well. So there's the warrior, who is a primary strength class using maces as their default weapon. Ranger is dexterity and uses bows. The mercenary is dexterity and strength using crossbows. The monk is dexterity and intellect using the quarterstaff. And the sorcerers and witch are both primary intellect classes, and they don't actually have their own default weapons, although for the most part, wands, offhands, and staffs are useful because they boost the things they're usually focused on. But the sorceress has got the elemental tree as her default, with the witch having the occult tree as hers.
Mislim će raditi bolje, neće. Sve zavisi od servera. Ako su im serveri sranje, radit će isto kao stari računar.
All of this can, of course, be mixed and matched, and we're already starting to see builds doing a bit of that mixing and matching, but I digress. That is what we have currently, and the remaining are basically going to fill in all the gaps, because the ultimate thing is we're going to be in 2 classes for each main attribute as well as each hybrid pair. So there will be 2 primary strength classes, 2 dexterity, and 2 intellect classes, as well as 2 of each hybrid, with there being 2 strength and dexterity, 2 strength and int, and 2 int and dex. All right, so the first 2 classes that we know about are the druid and the huntress. We have actually seen gameplay for both of these, and it does appear likely that these will be the 2 additional classes we are probably getting first. Well, I would guess somewhere in the next few months here, although that is just a guess. They have not confirmed one way or another the exact timeline for both of these classes, so we will have to wait and see. All right, starting with the druid. The druid is going to be the strength intellect class, and their starting tree, the skill gem tree that's like their default, is the primal tree. In fact, you can see all of these trees and upcoming weapons already in the game currently. Now, in human form, the druid is a caster that controls the elements, but you can also turn into several wild beasts, and we saw this in their gameplay video. You're automatically going to transform using any human or shape-shifting skills. So using Maul, for example, you'll turn into a bear and start smacking away, and then casting a lightning storm will turn you back into a human, so on and so on, depending on the abilities that you're using. In bear form, you've got your own separate mechanic called rage. Maul will build your rage, and then the more of this you have, the more damage you do. There's even a visual indicator based on the runes on your back. You can see how much rage you have built up. And then there are certain skills like rampage that will consume your rage in exchange for doing something. Rampage itself is going to have you charging forward, mowing everything down in your path. The more rage you have, the longer that charge lasts and the further you travel, on top of the fact that you're also dealing more damage. Some other abilities and interactions in bear form include Furious Slam that creates an earthquake by slamming on the ground, stunning enemies. You can dodge out of different animal transformations as an animation cancel, which is something you can do with other abilities already in the base game. The druid, being in tune with animals and all that, also has companions, can summon different animals like wolves to keep enemies away. They also have a howl when they are summoned, which puts a temporary debuff on enemies. And then in human form, you've got your own human-based abilities like Tornado, which will hold enemies in place. This can be used to keep smaller enemies away from elites and bosses. One of the more interesting that we've seen is the Volcano, which when placed in the ground shoots out projectiles. The longer you hold it, the more it erupts and dealing additional damage. And then there's all sorts of potential interactions with this, like for example, if you slam near a volcano, that disruption actually causes it to spew out more projectiles. And they did also say you've got different skill trees for both human and shapeshift forms, with spell power being focused on human and melee for the bear form. All right, so that's a little bit about the druid. Next up is the huntress. This is the secondary primary dexterity class, and her base weapon is the spear. So she appears to be mid-range with a blending of close and ranged attacks. We have some examples of different abilities that the huntress will have. Whirling Slash has you performing a circular slash that kicks up a spinning storm of wind and dust around you, slowing enemies and blinding them in its area of effect. Leaving the area will unleash the swirling storm, causing it to deal damage. Then there is Storm Spear, where you throw a single copy of your spear. When it hits an enemy, it then bursts, firing bolts of lightning and multiple other enemies within a large area around it. There's Sandstorm Swipe, which is a whirlwind-like effect. Puncture has you lunging towards the target, dealing damage. The attack becomes more powerful the longer the distance. Rapid Assault is a series of fast jabs. There's Spear Field, where you stab the ground, causing multiple spears to burst out of the ground in front of you in a large area. Those spears will remain for a duration or explode if enemies touch them. And Blazing Lance, where you throw a spear that leaves a trail of fire in its wake, burning enemies, and throwing a second spear causes the trail of fire to expand outward, dealing high damage. So those are the two additional classes coming that we know about the most so far, but we do already have the names and weapon types coming with the remaining 4. So there is the Marauder, who is the second primary strength class. Main weapon is an axe. The Templar is a strength intellect class. It's like a holy warrior, basically. Primary weapon is a flail. And then there is the Assassin, previously known as Shadow, which is a dex int class, uses daggers primarily. And finally, the Gladiator, formerly known as Duelist, is the last class, the strength dex class, and uses swords. Now, best of all, with all of this, we get these new weapons being added for each classes. Those are, of course, before spawning skill gems that can be used by any other class. If you've been playing XL2, you know you can use any skill gems from any of the other trees, from any of the other weapon classes, so long as you meet whatever stat threshold requirements the skills have, and occasionally those skills, depending on the trees, will also require you to equip a certain weapon. But if you meet those requirements, you can use any of the skill gems from any of the classes of those skill trees. This, of course, being where a lot of the build variety and potential starts to open up. On the Witch, for example, that is my main class at the moment, there may very well be some really good options if I spec into some of the other hybrid intellect classes. As a Witch, my primary attribute is intellect. The other intellect classes being obvious synergies. That's why I'm able to work so well with some of the elemental skill tree. In fact, I think the strength int hybrids in particular have the best potential, considering as it is currently, most of the Witch builds that I've been seeing and I've been using have been going primarily for strength and int. Int for any of the skill requirements in the occult or elemental tree, but then also strength for the rest of it, stacking health otherwise. This would mean some obvious synergies might open up with the Druid class being strength int, as well as the Templar class being strength int, and with the Templar comes the flail. We might be seeing witches using flails and some of the flail associated skill gems in the coming future. That's the kind of stuff I really look forward to seeing, all these potential combinations. I mean, we could even see builds where the Witch is stacking entirely strength, for example, using an axe with the Marauder skill, because already I'm using mace skills with some of my Witch builds. I mean, technically you can use anything you want, given those attribute nodes, let you pick whatever attributes you want, although the strongest builds that we've been seeing thus far do seem to have be using some variation of the base class's natural affinities, but I digress. 4 classes, a whole lot more opportunities. And of course, with these new classes come the new ascendancies. Not only are each of the 6 coming classes going to have their own 3 ascendancies, but the current 6 classes, which only have 2, are all going to be getting 1 additional ascendancy in the coming 12 months as well. Okay, so that's what we know about the upcoming classes, weapons, and skills, but what about the new content? Well, again, they have specified that we should expect more endgame content, areas, bosses, and monsters. So let's first talk about the campaign. Currently, the game consists of those 3 completed acts, which we play through a second time on the cruel difficulty to get us to the requisite level prior to endgame mapping. In the future, that second playthrough will not be a thing. Instead, we will move through acts 1, 2, and 3, and then be going into the upcoming newly added acts 4, 5, and 6, and then we'll be back into mapping. Now, it does seem likely that those 3 additional acts also mean 3 brand new areas and more biome diversity. Currently, we have Act 1, which includes swamps, fields, some woodlands, and castle regions. Act 2 is the arid desert with a lot of underground caves, and then Act 3 being predominantly jungle with those ancient ruins. Where the additional 3 acts are going to take place, that's anyone's guess at this point, but it's probably safe to say that we're going to be getting some new biomes and locations that are not already included in the base game, although what is already here probably gives us some good hints. For example, we do know that there are some snowy mountainous regions that they at least have built out the templates for, as you can see them in mapping. And this isn't the only example of areas, biomes, and location types that aren't actually found in the current first 3 acts that probably seem likely that they will be coming in the subsequent additional acts being added down the road. Also, those new acts is likely where we're going to be seeing any of the newly added enemies and boss encounters as well. Both of these should be doubling in numbers compared to what we currently have. They will also likely continue having 1 major boss fight for each act map or node in each one of the acts that are in the game. On top of this, eventually we're going to start getting leagues as well. This is PoE's form of seasonal content and typically tends to include some new areas and enemy types, new events and challenges, new boss encounters, additional crafting options and or gear acquisition methods, and sometimes a continuation of the game's story. You also get leagues that introduce entirely new systems and mechanics like town management and customization, for example, which was a big one in one of the recent leagues. Now, we don't know any of the exact specifics as of right now, what exactly is it becoming with PoE 2's first league, but if the original game is any indication, it'll likely be quite substantial. In terms of the new endgame content that we can expect to just be in base Path of Exile 2, currently, of course, we have mapping through the Atlas, in which we are also doing things like Ritual, where you interact with altars around the map, Delirium, where you have to fight off as many monsters as fast as possible to build up a meter, which can spawn a boss. You got Breach, where you open a breach and fight a crazy number of enemies, all swarming you at once. There's Expedition, where you go to these excavation sites, place bombs to get the rewards that you want, and have to fight back enemies in the process. And then there's Bossing, where you have some maps that just contain a boss from the main game that you have to fight. And each of these activities, in addition to mapping through the Atlas, has their own skill trees, which lets you kind of specialize in them, juicing up the rewards that you get so that you can continue doing them and get better and better rewards. Now, some other activities from base PoE that could potentially be coming to PoE 2 as well include things like Heist, where you're stealing rare artifacts to help your rogue companions. Labyrinth, which is this dungeon filled with traps that enables you to farm strong enchantments for your items. Delve, which is an infinitely generated endgame dungeon that gets progressively harder with increasing rewards. Simulacrum, a 30-wave encounter with monsters and bosses to kill, or Uberblight, a tower defense mini-game that was incorporated into PoE. There's still a lot of potential based on prior leagues and prior endgame activities that base PoE had that could be coming into PoE 2 on top of anything that we haven't imagined or that they haven't already done in the past. Of course, we could be seeing some new stuff as well. Something else that we can likely continue to expect is the developers' responsiveness. When talking about early access, they specifically said, "We need the community to give us feedback about game balance, the economy, and the overall game. We will be actively monitoring our forums, subreddit, and social media, and delivering updates continuously throughout the early access." And this isn't just lip service, clearly, as they already have a strong track record of doing just that over these past 2 weeks alone. We have seen several hot fixes and 2 rather major patches, both of which directly address community feedback and pain points. The first of which just came a few days after the early access launch. After that first weekend, they implemented a patch which did things like some dodge roll changes, so players were less likely to get body blocked by tons of smaller enemies. They mentioned adding checkpoints to the maps in the future, so there's less backtracking through empty space for multiple minutes if you happen to go the wrong way and are far from the last elite that you need to clear to kill the map. Loot drops being increased substantially, and currency changes, both of which meant we got more loot more often and better chances of finding and or crafting the gear that we're looking for our builds, and some map mod updates, so we're more likely to get better maps, which also of course means more elites, more loot, and more waystone drops to continue mapping. And then just recently there was another big patch going through, which made passive point respecking way more affordable by about 40 to 50% based on their estimates, smoothing out the endgame difficulty, making it so that there are less massive spikes in damage taken thanks to improved resistances, as long as curbing back any one-shot potential from enemies. And just in general, there was a bunch of much requested balance tweaks and adjustments. All right, so that about does it for this video. A little look at what is on the horizon for Path of Exile 2. There's of course still plenty left unknown, but as it is, I've been having a great time with the game. I plan to keep on playing, and I'm looking forward to all of the new content that is coming in the next 6 to 12 months. That does it for today. Thanks again to Path of Exile 2 for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check it out in the link below if you haven't already. And thanks of course to all of you for watching and supporting the channel. That's all for now. See you in the next one. Take it easy.
All right, hey guys. So if you've been following any of my posts or if you're in my Discord, you know that or just any of the other content creators, you know a ton of us just visited Arrowhead Studio. Flame, everything in that, yes, it has to do with fire, but like more so, they want the players, when they buy a war bond, to really roleplay being a firefighter. They want you to use every item from the war bond. Of the devs, the community managers popped in on stream and said hi to everyone. We even had John Helldiver show up, which was really freaking cool. But with that being said, I know everybody doesn't catch the streams or maybe follow the social posts. I figured I'd try to kind of summarize a bunch of really common questions inside of this video. All right, so let's just bang through them. So first things first, really common questions. What did they reveal to you? And are you guys gonna tell us? No. So first of all, they didn't reveal much to us. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to know anything about, like, future major orders, kind of the story of the game. So Arrowhead loves surprises. You know, they got, like, really silent before Illuminate dropped, for example. And then the Game Awards trailer, as well as, like, at the end of the trailer, it said, like, go fight the Illuminate right now. Those sort of surprises were insane. And for what it's worth, I don't even want to be spoiled on a lot of that stuff, because being able to like when I was streaming the Game Awards that night, and me and my chat, and I was streaming with Clay, we all saw it say out now, and we flipped out. And you know, those surprises are really fun and really great. I don't even want some of that stuff spoiled to us. I mean, with that being said though, I did see like a small little bit of future content, which was cool. And obviously I'm not going to tell you guys because I'm under an NDA. So what is an NDA? Non-disclosure agreement. Anything that's not available to the public, I am not allowed to leak it, and I'm not going to, because again, I like the surprises. I do think the surprises are really cool. Okay, so sort of what is this content creator program about, and you know, what was the sort of vibe I got from going to the studio, as well as can we criticize them? Are we not allowed to complain about any nerfs anymore? Did they pay us off so we can't complain anymore? So I'm going to kind of cover that all at once. So first of all, they made it very clear that we are allowed to leave criticism. Now, that's great because I have been a part of other programs with game studios where you weren't allowed to do that. And in the past, I didn't really understand that. Like, I read through it and, you know, but now I'm like very well aware of what non-disparagement agreements are. And I did not sign one of those with Arrowhead. And actually, I went into this thinking to myself, if they ask me to sign a non-disparagement agreement, that I most likely wouldn't do it. And I would say something about it, and I would say something in front of the other content creators about it as well. And personally, I feel that, like, with these game studios, the players kind of have to tell the studio what they enjoy, what they don't enjoy, and I think criticism goes a long way. And also, Arrowhead has handled the criticism of the game, like, with amazing grace. Like, the entire 60-day plan was just flat out a success. The game got way more fun after that. You know, once they sort of let balance take a backseat to fun, and that was amazing. So that's that. That's just like a quick summary. Of course, if you want to know more, show up to the streams. We could talk about stuff more in depth. But with that being said, what was our impression of the studio? So everyone at Arrowhead is so cool. Like, I know that sounds like sort of cliche, but it was just all around a good time. Every single person there I spoke with. We only met maybe a dozen or less devs. Like, the whole team was not there. It was a Saturday when we went. And so it's not like the whole studio was there. It was just the community managers, a few developers. We met the game director and spoke with him for a while, and that was awesome. I'll get into a bit more of that later. As well as all of the content creators there. Everyone who was there was just there to have a good time. And one thing I'll say is the Arrowhead team basically said that they wanted to give back to us as content creators because they really appreciated us, and mainly because they appreciate you guys, the community, because I think they understand like sort of what they went through last year with the game going crazy at launch, selling like 12 million copies in what, like a month or two. They sold so many copies so fast, and then it went downhill. You know, people were complaining during Escalation of Freedom and stuff like that, and even some other stuff after that. But then they really turned it around, and I don't think a lot of game studios like get to go through that. Like, oftentimes, if a game goes downhill, it just straight up falls off and dies. Like, maybe not dies, okay, but they have like a much smaller player base than they once did. And if you go look at the player counts, like, I think they hit nearly 100K players this past weekend with the new War Bond, just on Steam alone. And comparing that to the numbers during Escalation of Freedom, like, they were really able to recover from all of that. And again, that kind of goes hand in hand with the criticism. So, you know, they basically just told us, like, they appreciate us. They're very grateful for having a great community, and everybody they invited is someone who posts Helldivers content consistently, and all of us as content creators love doing that. Now, every content creator I met and talked to, we all just chilled, had a good time. We all told each other we want to play and collab in the future. It was really just a good time. Now, another thing as well with the content creator program is there is potential sponsorship opportunities. There is opportunities to have these events again. Like, I don't know what events they're going to plan in the future, but for example, let's say they wanted to invite us to the studio again. You know, that's sort of on the table. And they didn't give us any specifics because, you know, there's no plans for any, like, future events at this moment. But essentially, it can happen again in the future. Wanted to meet us. They wanted us to meet them as well, because meeting them just as people is like a really cool experience. And I'll talk about some of the devs specifically that I talked to later, just so that I can give you guys an idea of how they are. And also the community managers. So first of all, shout out to Baskinator. She's super cool. I've like messaged her when there's like a bug or something, or like if I had a piece of feedback. I've talked to her in DMs previously before this, and she's always been cool. And she's way cooler in person. She literally like said, I love Helldivers more than anyone else. And honestly, I believe her. I believe her that she really does. She just wants the game to do great. She's really invested in, you know, Arrowhead Studios. She's really invested in Helldivers. And yeah, Baskinator's cool. Mitchimus is a community manager that I never really talked to before this. Didn't know him at all. I think he like posted patch notes. I want to say like 2 months ago. He really started posting more in the Discord, and that's when I noticed him. I thought he was new, but he's not new at the company at all. He's been there since the start of Helldivers, I'm pretty sure, at least. But he's a really cool, down-to-earth dude. Like, you know when people will be like, I'm just here to have a good time. Mitchimus is there to make sure everyone else is having a good time. And I just got positive vibes from him. Really cool dude. If you see him in the Discord, tell him I said what's up. All right, so next, let's talk about why didn't certain people get invited. Now, I'm not even going to name a specific name. Everybody's been saying, why wasn't Arav in there? But also, yeah, I just named the name. But also, like, there were other content creators I'm friends with that weren't there as well. And really all it comes down to is that, like, as far as I know, or as far as I asked, because I did vouch for different people to go there, that didn't end up going.
Welcome to my channel.
Nothing to do with animosity. This was just an event
howdy.
with a
Welcome.
certain amount of people. They literally bought us plane tickets and hotel rooms. There's a budget when it comes to certain things like this. It was very expensive to bring us all out there, and you know, like I would have loved for Erevin to be there, for example, but unfortunately, like, he just didn't get invited, and it has nothing to do with any sort of negativity. One thing I want to say is that I've seen people say like, oh, why wasn't this person there, but this person was there? And I honestly don't really like that. You know, from me meeting and talking to all the content creators, everybody was really cool, and everybody was excited to be there, and everybody has a place in the community. I don't think it has anything to do with someone being more important than the other. And I know it could feel like that. Like, if I didn't get invited, I would definitely be upset about it, and like, so I definitely feel for both sides. And with that being said, though, like, Baskinator, when I streamed from the office, she even said, like, you know, this person is on the list, we're gonna get them in there. She said that on the stream. So anyone who was in the stream heard her say that as well. It just really comes down to, like, it's an expensive trip. There was a budget for stuff, and some people just couldn't make it this time. And I wish they were there. Everybody wishes they were there. Okay. All right, so next, let's talk about one of the developers, Alexis. He was a hot button dev in the community because of some takes in the Discord that people previously didn't agree with. And with that being said, he was at the studio, and he gave us a presentation on war bonds, what the themes of them are, sort of how they want to create them, and sort of just some stuff like that. I'll go into details right now. So basically what he explained to us was when they're making a war bond, they're really trying to make a sort of role-playing experience. So for example, with Freedom's Flame, everything in that, yes, it has to do with fire, but like more so, they want the players, when they buy a war bond, to really roleplay being a firefighter. They want you to use every item from the war bond in one build, and I'm gonna start doing that in the future now. And another thing that kind of has to do with this is war bonds are an in-universe product that Super Earth is selling to the Helldivers. So that's sort of like the idea behind war bonds, that Super Earth is selling products and making money off of the Helldivers, and I think that's really cool. Now, he specifically presented us the most recent war bond, Servants of Freedom. So number one, the ultimatum is based off of the noisy cricket from Men in Black. If you don't remember what the noisy cricket is, in the first Men in Black, Will Smith gets like that tiny little gun, and he's like, you're really giving me this tiny gun? But then he shoots it, and then it just nukes whatever alien is right in front of him. That's what the ultimatum's based on. And like, you know, people have been saying like, oh, it's OP or it's this or that, but that had nothing to do with them creating it. They said, we want to make the noisy cricket, here it is. And I think that's really cool. And then when it comes to the new double sickle with the heatsink removed, or like it's overclocked, he said that the idea behind that is that what can this gun do when you are the heatsink? And the whole idea behind Servants of Freedom is what's more democratic than self-sacrifice for Super Earth? And again, it's really cool. It's really funny. You see it with like, you are the heat sink. You see it with the armor where it has the explosive collar so that you don't become a voteless. And those sort of themes and ideas I think are really cool. And honestly, from now on, when I do a war bond review, I'm gonna wear all the items from that war bond and then kind of post like how it does against each faction. Of course, I'll talk about other items that work well together with them outside of the war bond, but you know what I mean? I do like the roleplay aspect to it, and I think that's really cool. All right, so next really common question. Did we meet Joel? Did we meet Mr. Pilestat? Or did we meet Shams? We did not meet Joel. We did not meet Shams. Johan is on vacation. He was not planning to come to the office, but when we first got there, he showed up, said hi to all of us, and walked us up. He even told us, like, he wasn't even planning on stopping by, but he thought to himself, it's the 1-year anniversary, all these people are coming, and he said he had to show up and say hi to us all. So that was very nice of him. That was really cool. He didn't stick around for that long because, again, he's on vacation, and I think he's, you know, that's perfectly fine. So now, what about him being on vacation, and do I have faith in Arrowhead even though Pilestat isn't there? And the answer is absolutely yes. Every single developer I met there was oozing with passion for whatever job they did. It's almost like everyone was in character. So like, first of all, we talked to Mikhail, or Mike. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit bad with the Swedish names, but he was the game developer, and me, Pips, and Clay had like a freaking long talk with this dude, like at least like 40-45 minutes. And I'll tell you guys the feedback we left him and kind of what we were talking about. I won't necessarily give you all of his answers because I don't know if that's like leaks territory, but I'll tell you guys what we talked about and what me and Clay and Pips were telling him. But also we met this dev, Max, who pushes the buttons. He makes sure that all of the patches are ready to go live when they do. We also talked to this other developer there who, if you guys saw that little Arrowhead short film, A Song of Forks and Shovels, and he's the guy who really wants forklift certification. There were also the IT guys. So in whenever we did the live stream, you might see an employee who was constantly in the room behind us. He just made sure, like, when we were on those computers playing, that everything was going well, and talking to him was really cool. We also met one of the level designers. I forget his name, but he's known as the Florida guy in Office. I guess he's from Florida. And he was just really funny. He was a really funny guy, and he was really great to talk to. And in general, all of them just seemed really appreciative. All of them, like, constantly said, like, thank you for coming to Sweden and visiting us. And all of them were just really cool and just down to earth. All of the vibes were really good all around. And again, they all seem very, very passionate. Oh, one other funny thing from Alexis before we moved on is I was standing there talking, and they just randomly asked, like, hey, what other games do you play? Or like, what games did you play last year? And I was like, oh, I played like Path of Exile 2, I played Once Human last year, and oh, I played Space Marine. And Alexis looked at me and he was like, oh, you mean the game that was supposed to kill us last year?
Yep.
And he said it like, it was so funny. It was meant to be a joke, obviously. I started laughing and I was like, listen, Listen, I was being dramatic, okay? I just wanted you to buff all the weapons. I didn't mean it. And it was just funny. And it's just one of those things when you meet people in person and you can sort of kind of have that fun with them, and you kind of get to know their personality a little bit more, that it's like, okay, if I talk trash in my YouTube videos, now you can talk trash back to us. And I sort of enjoy that sort of thing. And it's just very human. It's very cool. All right, so now let's go ahead and talk about some of the feedback we left. So we did meet the game director, Mikhail, and it was really cool talking to him. This guy seems so passionate, like ridiculously passionate. When me, Pips, and Clay were having a conversation with him, there was like a point in the conversation when he was like, oh my god, I just want to go get on the computer right now and start making more stuff for the game. Like, literally, this guy is like oozing with passion, and he was super down to earth. When we told him like different stuff we do in the game, he literally just looked at us and he was like, wait, that's cool. You guys do that? That's really cool. And it was a really fun time talking to him. I want to talk to him again, honestly, because it was just really cool. All right, so what was some of the feedback we left, and what was some of the things we were talking about? Now, what I brought up specifically, there was a ton of stuff I brought up, but the thing I want to talk about now is difficulty. Basically, we told him we want the game to be harder. Now, hold on, don't freak out, because I have talked about this many times before. I've talked about this on stream before, and the specific points I brought up were, number one, the guns need to feel good and the enemies can't feel broken. So like, for example, with the enemies, like Impalers on launch, broken as hell, bro. They would send you to the Super Destroyer. You'd be in the stratosphere from them launching you. They would like swipe a tentacle, it wouldn't even hit you, you'd ragdoll.
Yeah.
They do another tentacle before you're able to get up. They would like spam ragdoll you on the bug side. I even brought up command bunker turrets, how like they're very hard to see and they kind of spam ragdoll you as well. So like I said, like the enemies need to feel good to play against. Also, when it comes to the balance and the guns, they need to feel really good to kill the enemies. So that's the first thing with difficulty. The guns need to feel good, the enemies need to feel balanced. Basically, it needs to feel fair. Now, some of the points in particular we brought up was, number one, make sure that if you make like level 10 much harder, don't make level 7 much harder. So I believe level 7 is the most played difficulty, just because I've done many polls on this before in my community. Now, of course, my community results could be a little, you know, scattered, but I think people like to go on the difficulty where they can collect super samples, and then maybe like the hardest difficulty is not the most popular. I don't think the hardest difficulty is the most popular, but basically, like, you know, the players who queue level 10 want the game to be as difficult as possible. So when, you know, I brought up like the mega bases and the mega nests, because those are level 10 exclusive content. And I even brought up like the capture the flag missions. Those became a lot easier a few weeks ago, or maybe a month or two ago now. And I said, listen, for the lower difficulties like level 7, they were absolutely too hard. But for us people who queue level 10, we loved that mission. And write in the comments, you know, like if you played on diff 7, you probably didn't like that mission. It was way too much. But if you played on difficulty 10, you wanted that mission to be crazy. And if you queue level 10 and you didn't want that mission to be crazy, then skill issue, okay? Queue lower. So I did make a point to bring up, like, make the difficulty harder on the hardest difficulty, but don't ruin it for the lower difficulties. And then next thing I brought up is what I think difficulty really has to do with. And it shouldn't be like bullet sponge and bad weapon balance. What it should be is, number one, mechanical skill. So of course you have to have like good aim, for example, to play on the harder difficulties. And not just good aim, you know, not just hitting the weak spots on like the bots, for example, but even on the bugs. You know, when all the bugs are like side by side chasing you, it's very easy to kind of spray left to right and deal with them that way. But like when shriekers show up, now all of a sudden you have to go vertical and you have to be able to hit those targets as well. So that's sort of like a mechanical skill thing. You know what I mean? Number two, when it comes to difficulty, is the mission objective. So I brought